Hi friends, in today's lecture we will study how to construct this sales dashboard in Microsoft Excel. So before we start with construction of the sales dashboard, let me show you what is this sales dashboard and what does it do. Supposing I am working for a company in which I am selling the products in three different categories like furniture, office supplies and technology. So if I click on furniture, all the graphs would update and show me data relating to furniture. If I click on office supplies, it would show me data relating to office supplies. If I click on technology, it would show data relating to technology. And if I click on this X, it would show me data relating to everything. Same way, if I want to see the performance for a specific year, I can click on these buttons. And what I am able to see is first a funnel chart through which I can see the sales by category and come to know at a glance that the product phones brings maximum revenue to the company and the product fasteners bring the least revenue to the company. Also in the three categories, we can see the profit gained over time is on technology and least is on furniture. Also you can see the sales by the different states. Then we can also come to know how the customer count has increased over a period. Then we come to know the top 5 customers making profit. And finally, the monthly sales. So this is about the dashboard, and let me show you how to construct this dashboard. So take for example that I am having with me this raw data which is provided by my company. So you can see in the raw data I have some simple headings like order date, customer name, state, category, then subcategory, then the product name, the sales quantity and profit. And using this data, I want to make the dashboard. So the first thing which you have to think before you construct the dashboard is what is the business problem which your dashboard is going to resolve. So in our case, with this particular data, you can see that our company is having three categories of product: office supplies, furniture and technology. So I want to show through my dashboard the sales performances in these three categories. Also, I want to show the sales performance over a period of years, since I am having this years column also over here. Also, I want to show the performance in different states, and I want to also show which product is bringing us the maximum revenue, and finally the overall profit of the company. So this defines the problem definition. So once you are clear with what is the problem definition, then you can go ahead with construction of the data. So first we'll clean this data. So first thing you have to see is we'll convert this data into a table. So in order to convert this into a table, click anywhere on the data and press Ctrl T. So ensure that my table has headers, there's a check mark, and then click on OK. Then give a name to the table. So I will give the name to my table like sales data. Remember that when you are giving a name to the table, there should be no spaces in the name of the table. So sales data is the name of this particular table. Now if you see this column sales quantity and profit, if you click on home, you will see that it is general. So first thing which we will do is we'll convert this into number. So click on this drop down over here and select number. So sales and profit, it is alright with 2 digits of decimal places, but for quantity I do not want any decimal places, so I select quantity and I click on reduce decimal. Then in this order date, if you see in my dashboard, I want to show the month wise data and the year wise data. So what I'll do, I'll insert 2 columns. So I'll select insert and one more insert I'll do. The first insert, I will change the name to year, and the second insert, I'll change the name to month. Then I will click over here and I will type equal to year, open parenthesis, click over here, close parenthesis, hit enter. And if you see the date in this format, don't worry, just click on over here, click on this drop down and make it to number. Reduce the number of decimal places and you get the year over here. Same way over here, I will type equal to month, open parenthesis, click over here, close parenthesis, hit enter. And if you get a date like this, click over here and from the drop down just select number. Reduce the decimal spaces. Then we want to find out whether there are any duplicates in this data. So in order to check out for duplicates, click anywhere in the data, then click on data and select remove duplicates. Just click on OK. So it found one duplicate value and it has removed that. Then I want to find out if there are any blank spaces in my data. So I'll click on home, and in home over here you have find and select. In find and select I have go to special, and in go to special I'll select blanks and click on OK. So you can see that the first blank row which it has found is below my data. This means that there is no blank rows in my data and I am good to go with my data. So let's go ahead and now start constructing the different kinds of graphs which I want in my dashboard. So the first graph which I want is this funnel graph, sales by category. So let me show you how to do that. Ensure that you are present, you click anywhere on the data. Also, before we go into that, if you see the data is in the descending order, so let me just sort this date. So you can right click over here and you have the option to sort, and you can say in the A to Z order. So you have 2014 first, then 2015, 2016 and 2017. Now we'll go ahead with constructing the funnel chart. So for constructing the funnel chart, we'll click on insert and we'll select pivot table. Now it will ask me select a table or range. So it's this entire data which is sales data. And do you want to send the data to a new worksheet? Yes, I want to send it to a new worksheet, and then I would click on OK. And now what do you want on rows? So on the rows, I want the subcategory. And what do you want in the values? In the values, I want the sales. So this is my data over here. Now I want to make a funnel chart. Now in order to make the funnel chart, you can't just take this pivot table and make the funnel chart. The first thing which we'll do, we'll sort this data. So we'll right click, we'll sort, and we'll say largest to smallest. Okay, so we want the highest value to be present on the top and the lowest value at the bottom. Also, we want to ensure that it shows proper 2 decimal places. And now we can construct our funnel chart. So what we'll do, since the funnel chart cannot come out of a pivot data, we'll copy the data into a new location. We say equal to, and we'll click over here and hit enter. And we come here and we'll type equal to, click over here and hit enter. And then just drag this data up to here. Remember, I'm not taking the grand total, and I select this data over here. And now I can just select my data and I can go into insert. Now here in the list of charts, you'll see that I don't have the funnel chart. So if I click on this recommended charts, here you will see the funnel chart. I'll select OK, and my funnel chart is ready. I can format it a bit. If I don't want the chart title, I can click over here and I select I don't want the chart title and I don't want the data label, or let's keep the data labels on. Click outside and my funnel chart is ready. Let's give a name to this funnel chart, like sales by category. This is a name which we would like to give to our sheet. So we click over here and we change it to sales by category. Okay, as the graph is constructing, also try to understand that it is showing us phones is bringing the maximum revenue and least is on the fasteners. If you see here also, you can see the same data. Now I want to show profit gained over time, and it is a line graph. So here you have the different years, and here you have the profit, and here you have the categories. So let's see how to construct this. Again we come to our sales data. Again we click on insert and we select pivot table. Then from the existing data into a new worksheet and select OK. Now what do you want? I want the yearly data. So I select the year and bring it here. And what do you want over here? I want the profit. And how you want the profit as a subcategory, like this, or based on a category you take. So furniture, office supplies and technology. And now for this I want to make a line graph. So first we'll remove this grand total. So I don't want the grand total. And then I'll click on insert, and from here I'll select line graph, and I'll select a simple 2D line graph like this. Okay, and I can just remove whatever I do not want. So access title I don't want. I want to hide value field buttons on the chart. Okay, I want to hide access field button on chart, and this is the chart finally. And supposing the categories are there, I want to move the categories on the top, so I can move the categories on the top, and this I can move it down, and the categories I can just stretch it like this, and this I can stretch it like this. So I am able to see my graph. And if I would like to format this chart, then I can also go into format, and I can change the fill or the titles or the categories, whatever you would like to change, you can change it. And finally, we'll change the name of the sheet to profit gained over time. So we'll change it to profit gained over time. So I change this name and give it the name as profit gain, and click over here. So if you want to hide the legend field, you can hide the legend field and just keep this data. So this is also over. Now we want sales by state. So let's come back to our data. And here you can see you have the state column, and here you have the sales column. So I want to show sales and their corresponding states. So I'll once again click on insert and select pivot table and select new worksheet, and I'll select state and bring it down, and the corresponding sales and bring it over here. Again, I want to make a map data, so you can make map data out of pivot. So we click here and hit enter. We type equal to and we click here and hit enter, and then we just drag this to the bottom. We will not select grand total, and same way for the sum of sales also, we'll drag it up to the bottom. Then we select both the columns this way, and we click on insert and select maps, and you have a map chart data, and you can get rid of the chart title, and your chart data is ready. So let us give it some name like sales by state. So we rename this to sales by state and hit enter. Now we want to show the customer count. So you can see here you are having the different years, and over here you are having the customer count. So let us see how to do that. So again, I come back to my data and go to the top of my data, and I select insert and I select pivot table, new pivot table, okay. Now what I want is the different years like this, and the customer names like this. So you have the customer count for the different years. So now you can remove the grand total, remove the grand total, then select your data and click on insert, and we'll select this column chart and we'll select 2D bar graph like this, and we do not want the legend, and we do not want the chart title, and we want to hide all field buttons in the chart, and this is also ready. So we'll give it a name as customer count. So we change the name to customer count. Now you can see this is ready, this is ready, this is ready, and this is ready. Now we also want to make these slicers, one for category and one for year. So what we'll do, we'll come back over here, and in order to make a category for the year as well as a category for the sales for the year, so here's what you'll do. First, you right click and show the field list. Now I want a year wise slicer, so I'll right click over here and I'll say add a slicer. So you can see one slicer as added for year. And same way, one more time, I want a slicer for the category. So I'll select the category and I get a slicer for the category. Ensure always that nothing should be selected when you are making the slicer. Okay, and then click here and select, right click on category and add a slicer. So you have the slicer for category and slicer for year. So slicer for category and slicer for year is done. Now last two graphs, top 5 customers making the profit. So again we come back to our data, and here what we'll do, we'll select the customer name and we'll select the profit by keeping the control key press and control C for copy, and we'll make a new sheet and control V for paste. Okay, now what you can see is the different customer names. Now I want to delete the duplicates. So I'll click on home, I'll click on data, and in data I will select remove duplicates and click on OK. So all the duplicate customer names are removed. In case it's not removed, let's do one more time. We'll select our data like this. We'll click on data and we'll select remove duplicates. And we want to remove duplicates with reference to the first column and select OK. So it has removed the duplicates and only unique customer names are present over here. Now I'll sort this particular data based on this field in the ascending order. See why we are doing all this, because I want to show my top 5 customers making profits. Hence I'm doing this. So I'll sort this data and let's give some ID. Welcome. Customer name. And profit. We make this bold, and now we insert this data and we'll sort it in the Z to A. Why it is showing Z to A? Because if you see, it is general, so we make it to number. Okay, and then you right click on this data and select sort, and you select ascending to from the greatest number to the smallest number. Now from here you can take the first 5 customers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Control C, copy and paste it into a new location. And for this you can make a graph. So we'll select insert and we'll make a pie chart, and we select this pie chart and click it over here. Then you can remove the chart title. You can take the legend and just take it on one side, and you can take this on one side. So we are able to see the top 5 customers bringing in us the maximum revenue. So we'll rename this sheet top 5 customers. And so that is also done. And then finally we want the monthly sales. So here you can see the month, and here you can see the sales figures. So that's a area graph. So again we come to our data. We click over here. Let's take this here. So we click over here and we click on insert, and we say pivot table, sales data, new worksheet, and OK. So we want the month and the sales, and then remove the grand total, and then make a area chart. So from here you select 2D area chart, remove the chart title, remove the fill buttons, remove the legend, and your chart is ready. Let's rename this to monthly sales. And now that everything is ready, we are good to go ahead and make our dashboard. So we'll click on a new worksheet, and over here I do not want the grid lines to be visible. So I'll click on view, I'll turn off the grid lines, I'll turn off the formula bar so that I get a bigger space to construct my dashboard. So first thing which I would do is I would make this rectangular box for accommodating sales dashboard. So I'll come here, I'll select insert, and I would select illustrations. In shapes I would select rounded rectangle and draw one rounded rectangle like this, which stretches from one end to another. Ensure you do not go beyond the limits of the screen. So take it inside like this. Now here I want to write down sales data. So I'll select insert, and in insert you have this text. Okay, in this I'll select word art, and I'll select this one, and I will type sales dashboard. I'll select my data, and I can click on home and I can reduce the size. Again, I can come back to shape format and maybe I can go for a slightly fancier looking text and bring this over here. You can make it bold. Then I want to insert some icon over here. So I'll click on insert, illustrations and icons. Over here we'll type analytics and hit enter. So it will show you all icons relating to analytics. So we'll select this icon, we'll select insert and we'll make it small and bring it over here. Now here we want to insert the 2 slices. So we'll come back to our customer count in which we have these 2 slices. So we select these 2 slices, Control C copy and come back to our sheet, Control V paste. We'll just rename this sheet to dashboard and hit enter. Then we select year. If you see, there's a slicer option. Right now it is 1 column, so we'll make it to 4 columns and we'll reduce the length. We'll bring it here and stretch it out like this so we are able to see the 4 years, and we'll just increase the width of this a bit. Same way we select category and we select slicer and make it to 3 and reduce the width and bring this here like this. You can swap it. So you have category and year. Now over here I want to insert the funnel chart. So we'll again click on insert. We'll click on illustrations, shapes, rounded rectangle, and we insert one rounded rectangle like this. Ensure that you do not go beyond the first screen limit. So you can take this on the top. And if you want to adjust the widths, the roundness of the corners, click on that yellow so that you can adjust the roundness of the column. And now we want to insert this one big rectangle and 2 small rectangles at the end. So we again come back, we select this, we say Control C copy and Control V paste, and we paste it here and stretch it up to this, and we bring this to half the size, and then again Control C copy, Control V paste, bring this down, and if you see at the bottom there are 2 partitions. So we come here and this is one partition, and we copy this, Control C copy and Control V paste, and our boxes are ready. And now we'll just copy all the charts. We'll start with the first chart, sales by category. We select this, Control C, copy, and we come into our dashboard and we click over here, Control V, paste, and bring this in the center over here, and we can remove the background. So you can select format the plot area, and you can say fill and select no fill. Okay, and border you can select no line. So we don't want any fill and we don't want any line. See, first select only the outer rectangle like this and select no fill, no line, and then this rectangle is there, you select no fill, so you can see your chart. And then you want to give a heading like sales by category like this. So we can click on insert text and word art and just type sales by category. Select the text and click on home and reduce the text size and bring it over here, sales by category. Now over here we want a line graph, so we select profit gain, we select this, Control C, copy, and come to our dashboard, Control V, paste, and we reduce this size. And we remove this field. So format shape and no fill. And for this, we don't want any line. And we stretch this so that all the three are visible. You take this slightly down so that the ear part is visible. And then we copy this heading, Control C and Control V, and bring this heading over here, and we change it to category wise profits. So you can see profit gained over time. So you change this heading to profit gained over time, and then move this inside. Close press. Now over here I want to show sales by state, so I select this, Control C, copy, and come here, dashboard, Control V, paste, and bring this like this. We can minimize this. If you want to format it, we can select this. You can format the legend. You can format the size, width. Okay. So you just reduce this, take it on the side like this, and we'll change the name to sales by state. So we select this, Control C copy and Control V paste, and we paste this here. Ensure that for this graph also format the chart area and no line. Okay. And bring this slightly down in line with
Yes.
And now here you want to show the customer count. So select this chart, Control C copy, come back to our dashboard, Control V paste, and then just make it small and bring it here. And copy this, Control C copy, Control V paste, and just paste it over here and change the heading to customer count. Then come over here, format shape, and select no fill. Close this, select this, format shape, and select no fill. Now over here, I want to show the pie chart, top 5 customers, and here the monthly sales. So we come here, top 5 customers, Control C copy, come to our dashboard, Control V paste, minimize it, and bring it here like this. And you can take this to the left. And then just copy this, Control C, Control V, and change the name to top 5 customers. Here ensure that no borders, format chart area, and no line. And here we change the name to top 5 customers. That's done. And finally, the last graph, monthly sales. Select this, Control C copy, come to dashboard, and Control V paste. Select this, reduce the size, bring this inside, stretch it like this. Ensure that in the chart area there is no line. Close this and change this heading. So select the heading, Control C copy, Control V paste, and give the heading to monthly sales. Then you can just spend some time on beautifying your elements. So you can select this and you can go into shape format and you can go into shape effects and you can give a shadow like this And same way you can select for all the graphic elements like this. I'm pressing shift and selecting all the graphic elements. And then I'm going into shape format, shape effects, shadow, and I'm giving a shadow. And same way for this also, shape effects, shadow, and a shadow. Finally, you can go into the page layout, and here you have themes, and you can select the different themes and select a theme which you like, which goes well, in which your entire data is visible. And your dashboard is ready. Let us see if everything is working. So if I click on furniture, you can see only this is moving. The other charts are not moving. So for that, what you have to do, right click over here and select report connections and put a check mark in all the fields like this, except for the top 5 customers. So sales by state, sales by category, profit gain, last month. All right. Okay. Now you can see everything is changing. Okay. And same way for the year also, we can ensure that you right click on the year and select report connections, and you put a check mark next to all the fields and then click on OK. So any changes which you make on the year would be reflected and your dashboard is ready. So friends, hope you have learned something new in this particular video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, goodbye.